Hello and welcome to Alongside Lauren. I'm Lauren, and it is so fantastic to see you and to be able to hang out with you this Sunday afternoon while I get a few bits and pieces prepared to make my life this week a whole lot easier. So, Alongside Lauren is exactly what it says on the packet. It's an opportunity for you to spend your Sunday afternoon taking a few moments to do some bits and pieces that are going to hopefully take the pressure off you for this coming week. This week, we are indulging in one of my favorite meal combinations. We are having a Greek inspired pork
Ooh.
as well as a Greek vegetable side dish called Briam, which is kind of like it does sound like I'm just saying Brian and can't pronounce it properly.
Yeah.
But it is a Greek kind of version of Ratatouille. So it's a beautiful mixture of tomato, potato, sweet potato, capsicum, and onion with garlic, anointed in olive oil with some more garlic
Yeah.
and some parsley and oregano. It is spectacular. We've got it in the oven. It's going to be popping out in just a couple of
Did you want
minutes.
to have a look at what's gone into that?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
why
let's
not?
do that.
So it is just such a beautiful look at that color. So that's me adding in the extra garlic. We've got tin tomatoes in the bottom of that baking dish there. And then I just go through a process once I've sort of mixed all of that mixed together of well, there we go, layering it. I really picked the wrong
It,
spoon for
it was a
that.
tricky spoon
It was
and
a
a
tricky
very
spoon.
small bowl
It
for
was
so many
for
vegetables.
everything that I had
But
in
you
there.
eventually got there, and voila.
There we go.
The
And then it's
magic
just
of
going through the
television.
process of layering it. So I think the first time I did it, I was really like potato, sweet potato, capsicum, onion, and then
These
these days I'm
less so.
a little less
Yeah.
concerned about that. Pop an extra tin of tomatoes on top. Add some
Oil it
alfoil
up.
on top of that dish, and then it just went into the oven at 200 degrees for 45 minutes.
Okay.
So, oh,
So
there we
into
go.
the oven.
Look, he's been wiping their
Hmm.
hands on their dress.
There you go.
Excellent. And so
Now,
we're,
part way through the oven cook,
yes, I
you did
did.
something, didn't you?
Yeah, so partway through the oven cook, I pulled the alfoil off. So it's had
Mm.
like an opportunity to get like a nice amount of burnish,
Mm-hmm.
which is awesome.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do now, just while I wait for the timer to go off so that I can, far out,
Ah,
right there.
what do you know? Timer just went off.
Timer just went off.
There we are.
I am going to pull the brine
All right.
out, but just
Let's take a look and
what I
see.
will do before I get like too excited and turn the
Oh, yeah.
oven off is I just want to make sure
Yes.
that the potato is cooked properly because it's
Ah,
I don't want to, indulge in too much hyperbole, but
sure.
raw undercooked potato is really disappointing in a
Yeah,
dish.
it
Like
is.
there's not much that you can kind of do to get around it. Ah,
That's looking pretty good.
it just smells spectacular.
Mm.
I got some nice sort of burnished up crispy bits there. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that
All right.
knife is
Is
going in.
potatoes nice and soft?
Yeah. Mm,
Maybe not everywhere.
yeah, I think I'm just going to give it another,
Few minutes.
maybe another few minutes because like I said, I want
Sure.
to make sure that it's not undercooked, and particularly because we are gonna there's always this extra bit of pressure when we're gonna be eating this for the whole week.
Well, the good thing is because we eat it for the whole week and we microwave our meal
Oh,
in
this is
preparation,
true.
it does get a little bit of extra cooking, doesn't it?
Yeah,
So
but I would rather just
that does help.
try and just take that extra time now to make sure that that's all prepared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get cracking on preparing. Actually, before I get on to so I'm going to do like a souvlaki style marinade for the pork. I was going to serve it all also with some steamed broccoli and chickpeas.
Mhm.
So the chickpeas I can't help myself. I buy them in bulk. So we've got a 3 kilo bag of dried chickpeas. So I need to go through the process of rehydrating, I
Rehydrating,
guess,
rehydrating the
of cooking
chickpeas.
them.
Yeah.
So
All right.
in my experience, one cup of dried chickpeas will kind of equate to the equivalent of a tin of chickpeas.
Okay.
Yeah,
And a tin's what, 250?
400 grams.
Oh, it's a big, yeah,
Yeah.
much bigger than a cup.
So I've got the Thermomix that I'm going to use to assist me with getting this done. So I have got my big old bag of chickpeas.
Nice.
And I popped the steamer basket in there. And I'm just going to put a cup straight in. Nice and easy.
It does. It weighs quite a bit.
And then to that, I've got a bay leaf, dried by the Australian summer. And I'll also add in a garlic clove.
Okay.
Now, ordinarily, I would also... it's 2 garlic cloves. Ordinarily, I would also add in some veggie stock concentrate because, like, even though chickpeas obviously have got a flavour themselves, I reckon adding a little bit of your aromatics to the water when you're cooking them just really adds to that flavour. So normally I would add some veggie stock concentrate when I was cooking my chickpeas, but I cooked some silverside overnight in a slow cooker, and I have retained the cooking liquid from that.
Ooh.
And so it sounds a bit gross. Obviously, I wouldn't do this if I was serving this to a vegetarian.
Because that's a very beefy stock.
It's a very beefy stock.
But
But I'm going to cook it in that. I'm just going to top it up with a little bit of water.
How much water goes in?
Enough to kind of
Submerge everything?
submerge everything.
Okay. Yep. Cool. Oh, we're onto this new garlic.
We are.
Is the lid easier to open? Oh,
It's still
a stiff
hard.
one. Yeah. Little bit more water for good luck.
Yeah.
Why not? All right. So, what do you set that to do?
And then I'm going to. So normally I would do this on the stovetop. I've not done it in the Thermomix before. So I'm currently, what we in the business like to say, having a crack. And normally I boil them for an hour. So I feel as though an hour.
Fine.
And
do you give it a mild stir?
Yeah.
Right.
And I'll also set up the steamer. Because what I will do for like the last sort of few minutes I'll chop up the broccoli that we'll serve with the...
Got it.
And then we'll just steam it in there. Easy.
Perfect. Okay.
So...
Right. I can get chopping broccoli if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great if you don't mind. So I've got a lemon that I have cut in half and I'll just juice.
Is that to go into...
This souvlaki marinade.
Got it.
So it's not a particularly juicy lemon, but we'll get lots of flavour out of it. Because we're going to be cooking the pork in the slow cooker, once I've juiced the lemon, I'm just popping it in the slow cooker along with 2 bay leaves. And then once I have put the lemons, like the 2 sort of half lemons in there, they'll effectively act as a trivet for the pork.
A trivet. Nice.
And you'll just get that nice sort of, it'll help add to get that lemony flavour going through the pork as well. All right, so cheeky seed.
They are a bit sneaky. What would you
So
like
if
to do?
I was going to be using like this souvlaki style marinade for something that I was barbecuing or something like that, I would have marinated this and let it sit for a couple of hours because it's lemon juice based. You don't want to do it for too long because the acid in the lemon juice will start to denature the protein of the meat after a while. And you end up with like weirdly smushy meat.
Nothing worse than weird smushiness.
I think so. All right, so there's an extra 6 minutes for the veg, which I reckon will just be perfect.
Let me jump out of your way. There you are.
Oh, that is
Oh, you can't squeeze
just...
in?
Oh, sorry. I
There
didn't
we
want
are.
to just leave it there.
It
That
does look
is
pretty good though.
amazing. Oh,
Does look pretty good.
and it just... There's a reason why I keep coming back to this. Like it just smells amazing.
Hmm.
And it looks so impressive,
Looks really
particularly when you're
pro.
serving it.
Yeah. Yep.
So rather than, and there's just something about this process where I guess it's this magical kitchen alchemy where all of a sudden, once you put everything together, it just tastes better than the sum of its parts. It's spectacular. It's like teamwork in a side dish.
Hmm. Yeah,
Did
it's
you want
pretty
me to
cool.
move it so it's not? I'll
No.
just pop it onto the stove
Oh,
so then
sure.
it's
Yeah,
not
yeah. We
in
can
your
pop it there
way.
for now. Yep.
It will cool down and then we'll pop it in the fridge.
So I've got a big broccoli stem again.
Oh, yeah. So did
What
you
would you
want to
like to do
just,
with
if
that?
you can just sort of shave
I've done
the
that. I've shaved it. Oh, do you want me to
grate?
shave it more?
If you've shaved like the woody bits off,
I think so.
then you just cut it into discs.
Discs o broccoli.
Discs or broccoli. So we've started recently um, utilizing the broccoli stem instead of just relegating it straight to the compost bucket or to the little freezer bag that I keep for leftover bits and pieces that we use to make veggie stock concentrate. Speaking of which, we're going to add some veggie stock concentrate, and I also need to get cumin, which I had forgotten. So this is so simple.
Oh, I'm not sure if you can hear that thunder, but it's out there.
Oh yeah.
So how much cumin are you putting in?
It's a pretty decent sized roast, so I'm gonna do a tablespoon. I really enjoy the flavor of cumin, so
Yep.
we'll do that. And probably equal parts oregano. So this is dried rubbed oregano. I use fresh oregano in the brine, but we use dried. With slow cooker, it's usually a good rule of thumb that if you're going to be the longer that you're going to be cooking something, you want to be using the dried version of it where you can.
Yep.
The exception to that rule will be rosemary.
Okay.
So there you go. Do you want to do the second broccoli?
Sure. Sure. I wasn't sure if you wanted both done.
No. We'll do
Love
both.
to.
So I think I'm gonna use up this. Pretty much use up this veggie stock concentrate. I'll leave a wee bit in the jar. Just because. And lots of garlic because
Why not?
why not?
We love a bit of garlic.
We do. So So often you would also add in, or usually you would add in some olive oil to your marinade as well, because the pork it's pork shoulder. It's got the skin on it. It is not lacking in fat. So I'm not going to add any extra if I don't need to.
Got it.
So just sort of mix that paste together. Smells amazing.
Let's have a little. Nice. That is good.
And we'll add in some ground pepper. Did I already pull the pepper out?
We've got the pepper grinder, but yes, here it is.
Perfect. And just a couple of good pinches of ground pepper. And we're not adding in salt because that's what the veggie stock concentrate has done, is kind of acted as our salting agent, as well as boosting the flavor.
Do you need the oregano leaves and the cumin?
No.
Okay, I'll pop them away.
And we've got a pork shoulder, which is boneless.
Cool. It's a nice hefty one.
Yeah.
And it's not frozen.
Yay!
Woo! That speeds things up a bit.
It does.
All right, you're going to want some scissors or something, aren't you?
There.
There you are.
So we'll leave it in the netting that we've got from the butcher. Just wrap that all up.
So does it have to stay in the
The
string?
netting. Yeah, we'll leave it in the netting.
Okay. Looks good.
Looks great. Oh, speaking of looking great, did you want to create a cocktail or something?
Sure.
I think
I'd
I
love
always
to.
look better with a drink in my hand.
I would love to.
We went to some markets last night and picked up some gin from Redlands Coast Distillery.
It's called Native Gin.
Yeah.
The unique blend of native botanicals creates a clean, citrus-forward flavor with a subtle but refreshing mint finish.
Yeah, so they use amazing, like, native Australian botanicals that they sort of grow in their backyard, which is really cool. Including bushmint, which I had never heard of before. It's kind of like a cross between sage and thyme, thyme and mint.
It's got a good smell.
Yeah.
Have you smelt it?
Yes.
You would have when you. Yeah.
Yeah. So just smooshing that paste on, smooshing. Ooh, heck, very technical term. All over.
Sorry about that noise.
Sorry about that. So that flavor can really get in, and then wash my hands because I got proper grubby.
All right. So what sort of flavors go with?
Well, the lovely gentleman
Yeah.
suggested trying it with just soda water rather than using tonic, so that we can try
get the flavors.
the delicate botanicals.
Sounds good. Let's start with that. And
All right, so I've just got the slow cooker on high so that I don't have to get up at 2 a.m. to pick this up. And that's just going straight in the slow cooker. And I'll just pop that extra bit of paste that fell off. So I'm not putting in any extra liquid because the pork itself really will produce enough. And we don't want to dilute the intensity of the flavors if we can avoid it. Into the dishwasher. Oh, thanks for chopping up both the broccoli, darling.
I just thought I'd take a quick look at what we've got going on in the slow
In the slow
cooker.
cooker. Yeah. So we've got the pork just sort of resting on the lemons there, and they'll help to sort of infuse that
It's a
flavor.
little hard to show the lemons, but you can see them
Yes,
down there,
yes,
just
yes,
tucked in. Yeah, tucked in down there. Very
Tucked in
good.
there
All right.
on high, and it's already starting to smell
You can smell it.
good,
Yeah, yeah.
which is always a good
Those
sign.
spices are pretty good.
Okay, now the Thermomix is up to temp, so I am just going to grab that off and add the broccoli.
Oh, great. Okay, you can get that steaming. And while you're doing that, I am going to get some bubbles in this water. It's a little bit of a messy one today. It's a little bit full. All right. Good.
Do we want to garnish?
Just some lemon.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Do you want 60 mils? Does that sound like a good amount? Oh, very nice. It might just need a little stir because I was pouring straight onto the lemon or the lime, and it
smells beautiful.
yeah, it does smell good. All right. Cheers. Yeah, I can see why you bought that one.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the pork's cooking slowly away. We've got the chickpeas bubbling away. We've got broccoli steaming. That's pretty much dinner sorted for the week, which is amazing. And now I hope that you have also taken a little bit of time on this Sunday afternoon to take a few moments to get some bits and pieces prepared to hopefully take the pressure off this coming week. I'm really excited about being able to share some pictures with you this week of the deliciousness that Heath and I are going to be enjoying. But most of all, I can't wait to do this all again next Sunday on Alongside Lauren.